Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time out to click on this video. I hope you enjoy it. So today we are talking foundation for skin that's over 40. There are so many YouTube tutorials online that are of young, gorgeous girls applying foundation, and a lot of the time it just doesn't suit our skin. Unfortunately, we have skin that's over 40, fine lines, wrinkles, not as much elasticity that we used to have, and we are fighting a different sort of battle. So I am in that boat, and I have a few tips and tricks and a few techniques to help us along the way. So this is the finished look. I thought I'd insert it in the intro so you know where we are going. This is a basic foundation look that I tend to do pretty much every single day. When I'm full steam ahead and not recording, I can do this in approximately 10 to 15 minutes on my way out in the morning. Stick around, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are with a fresh face, nothing on the skin except my morning skincare routine. The moisturizer I'm wearing today is the CeraVe PM moisturizer. If you saw my skincare haul from a couple of months back, you would have seen, and I explained why I use the PM in the morning. It is a nice lightweight texture, glides on the skin and sits beautifully under makeup. So that's a really cost efficient daily moisturizer. Okay, I get a lot of wispy flyaway hairs, so I always put on a headband and really make sure everything's pushed back and under so I don't get makeup in my hair. Today I'm doing an everyday foundation look. My skin is quite dry, so I don't get a lot of oiliness, overall dryness, so my main aim is to always look luminous, glowy, and like I'm glowing from within. And my go-to foundation of the moment is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear liquid foundation. I love this stuff. I just find with my job being physical, long hours, this lasts all day. I sometimes put this on at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, and it seriously lasts me 10-hour shift plus more, everything I'm doing after work as well. It is seriously good stuff for the price. It's unbelievable. I had to buy a new one today, this one, and it was half price, and I think it was about $15. Always buy it on special. Priceline, Chemist Warehouse is where I got it today. They've always got specials on. I unfortunately am in between shades, so I have to buy two and mix. This is shade 130, True Beige, and I mix it with shade 140, Golden Beige, together. Perfect for me. My tool of choice is the sponge beauty blender, whatever you want to call it. This one is from Priceline. They stock the Real Techniques. I love the Real Techniques brand. This was also on sale this morning, so I grabbed this for, I think it was about $11, $12. So this is brand new, dampened, ready to go for today. In comparison to the beauty blender, I don't see a massive difference. I see a massive difference in price. The beauty blenders are about $30, and that's what I had before this. But I've gone back to this one because I think for the price, I actually think I might like this better because of this flat side here. I love how this flat side can really, as you'll see, can really work it in. I love having the flat side to get in to all the nooks and crannies, a bit more precise than the pointy end, which is what the beauty blender has. A lot of people like to use a little palette or board for their mixing of their foundations. I'm just pretty simple and old school. I like to do it on my hand and dab and go from there. So that's exactly what I'll start doing. At this point, I do approximately 2 pumps per face. I have to, because I'm mixing 2 shades, that's exactly what I'm doing on my hand, and in I go. Now, I don't use a primer on my skin before my foundation. I'm yet to find one that really impresses me and that's worth my money. I don't feel that they make a difference to the appearance of my foundation or the longevity of my foundation, so I just don't use one. As you can see, I've just evenly spread out the foundation and worked it in. Now I must stress the base is very important. So when I notice my skin not looking the best, I take things into account, like if I'm drinking enough water, if I'm eating right, if I am keeping up with all my skincare, or am I being a bit lazy? Am I exfoliating? Exfoliation is so important because once you've got all the dead skin cells building on your skin, your makeup, it's going to get patchy, it's going to not spread as evenly and as nice because you have build-up of dead skin cells. It makes sense, right? And I just bounce it. I've switched to this end just for a more cushiony bounce. And that is starting to look quite nice and even. The 2 pumps that I began with, I think that is a good amount. As you can see, it's giving a nice finish, but I did go in with an extra pump just to demonstrate that it is buildable and that you can get a fuller coverage without it turning into a cakey, heavy look. I just continue to bounce the Beauty Blender over the skin, working it all in, making sure that I do not forget the neck. Super important. And as you can see, you can still see the pinkness of my cheeks. That's something that I'm not trying to hide. I actually think that looks healthy. It's giving great coverage, and I feel like that looks quite nice. So that is a beautiful layer of foundation. In total, that was 3 pumps, 1.5 of each, and that gave me, I think, pretty full coverage. Now, to conceal. Today I am using my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I love this. I've done a full video on this, and I also compared it to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I've done a comparison video on these. I will link that down below, and that also goes into the full technique of my concealer. So I'm going to do a very quick conceal. Okay. As you can see, I do have the dark circles. I do. I don't like putting too much concealer on. I feel like it enhances fine lines, and I just want it to hide the parts that I don't like. So that'd be my dark circles, and sometimes I get a bit of redness at the base of the nose. They're my 2 main concerns when it comes to needing to conceal. Now I go back to my Beauty Blender, blend that in, and I also like to push that in with my fingertips. I feel like I can work it in. Now I'm just going in and setting the under eye concealer and also the concealer that I put at the bottom of the nose, just to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. And then I dab over it with setting mist, a trick I like to do as I demonstrated in my concealer video. You can check that out for further details. Okay, the 2 products I just used then were the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in shade 10, which is Fair Light, and the Morphe Setting Spray. I've talked about both of these in my last videos. Love them, cost efficient, great products. Okay, so that is a full face of foundation and concealer. So it looks pretty plain. Then we use other products to enhance our features. So I am going to do a quick bronze. I will show you how I do it, but I am planning to do a more in-depth video on bronzing, contouring, highlighting, those sort of things, because we can really enhance our features using these tools. But for now, I am just going to do a brief everyday bronze just to bring some life back into my skin, because it is very monotone. For my everyday routine, what I do is I actually bronze my eyelids. So I don't want to go into a full eyeshadow routine every single day. I just don't have the time. So what I'll do is I go in with my bronzer, and with my bronzer I just go in on the eyelids, blending in like you would an eyeshadow, but it's just the one simple color and step. Just bronzes it up and makes it look nice and natural. And then with the same bronzer, I'll go in with a bronzing brush, dab it, tap it, and bronzing over the cheekbones, bringing it up to the forehead, bringing some color back to the skin, and ensuring we don't forget the jawline, just to bring a bit of definition back. My ultimate favorite blush at the moment is the Hourglass Luminous Ambient blush in Diffused Heat. This is so super pretty. Just give that a bit of a swell. Less is more, and just to bring a bit more of a pinky tinge to your everyday look. Don't want it to look too crazy. I did my brows off camera just because it is super boring, and I just use the Ka-Brow by Benefit to fill my brows in. Okay, the highlighter I love and have loved for a very long time is the Becca Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, her original, one of her first collaborations back in the day. I still love this highlight. It's what I'm using at the moment, and I really believe us women over 40 should not put too much highlight, because it does do exactly that. It highlights. So if you're putting it on everywhere, it will highlight your fine lines, your little wrinkles, your little imperfections. So I purely don't like to put too much. I think it will highlight too many bad things. So I just do a little bit at the top of my cheek there, and the other side. A smidge on the nose. We're not going for a Rudolph look. Very, very minimal, very subtle, but it just gives a subtle glow without looking too shiny or oily. That's not the kind of look you want to look for. Okay, so I've done a little bit of just a pencil eyeliner. I did a brown color, very simple, very basic, and a coat or two of mascara using Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. But I just wanted to show you that the base look, so purely foundation, concealer, a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, bronzer in the eyelids, and a tad of highlighter, and of course some brow filling in. But that is my everyday sort of look. I must insist on setting spray. I don't go a day without setting my makeup. It just makes me feel like it's locked in. I feel like it gives it a nice dewy finish and just sets it really in for the day. Okay, to finish off, like I said, I'll always just touch up my bronzer a little bit up near the hairline. Okay guys, this is the finished look. As you saw, it wasn't difficult. The key to a gorgeous foundation is the base, in all honesty. So making sure we are hydrated, we are looking after our skin. As we are getting older, we do need to put a little bit extra time in, because we are not young anymore, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, unfortunately. So we do need to put the time in and the effort, and it will help slow down that process just a little. On my lips, I just popped on my favorite combo. I've talked about these in my current favorites video, and that is the Melted Matte Liquefied Matte Longwear Lipstick by Too Faced. That is the shade Child Star. I've got that on with the Marc Jacobs Sugar Gloss on top. I just love that combo. Nice nude combo. It's my favorite for everyday wear. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please subscribe. I have so many more makeup tutorials coming, along with everything else I have planned. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And until next time, take care.